Geography, the study of places and the relationships between people and their environments. Government, the institution through which a society makes and enforces its public policies. Citizen, a legal member of a country. Economics, the study of people's money and resources. Scarcity, limited quantities of resources to meet unlimited wants. Culture, beliefs, customs, and traditions of a specific group of people. Culture region, an area in which people have many shared culture traits. Continent, one of the 7 large landmasses on the Earth. Relative location, the position of a place in relation to another place. Absolute location, exact location of a place on the Earth described by global coordinates. Latitude, distance north or south of the equator. Longitude, distance east or west of the prime meridian measured in degrees. Migrate, to move from one place to another. GPS, a system that determines the precise position of something on Earth through a series of satellites, tracking stations, and receivers. Patriotism, love of one's country. Immigrant, a person who comes to live permanently in a foreign country. Citizenship, the way you conduct yourself as a member of the community. Democracy, government by the people. Constitution, a document which spells out the principles by which a government runs and the fundamental laws that govern a society. Limited government, the idea that certain restrictions should be placed on government to protect the natural rights of citizens. Amendment, a change to the Constitution. Bill or Rights, first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Capitalism, an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the government. Parliament, Canada's lawmaking assembly. Prime Minister, the head of an elected government in Canada. First Nations, a group of Canada's Native American people. Refugee, a person who has been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, persecution, or natural disaster. Multiculturalism, a perspective recognizing the cultural diversity and promoting equal standing for all cultural traditions. Constitutional monarchy, a form of government in which the king retains his position as head of state while the authority to tax and make new laws resides in an elected body. Separatists, a person who supports the separation of a particular group of people from a larger body on the basis of ethnicity, religion, or gender. Export, a good or service produced in the home country and sold in another country. Import, bring into a country from abroad for sale. Bilingual, able to speak 2 languages. Tributary, a stream or river that flows into a larger river. Deforestation, destruction of forests. Privatization, when the government sells its industries to individuals or private companies. Nationalize, to change from private ownership to government or public ownership. Tourism, the business of organizing travel for pleasure. Malnutrition, faulty or inadequate diet. Communism, a political system in which the government owns and controls all resources and means of production and makes all economic decisions. Single product economy, an economy that depends on just one product for the majority of its income. Dependency, a dependent or subordinate, especially a country or province controlled by another. Dictator, a ruler who has complete power over a country. Fidel Castro, communist dictator of Cuba who came into power in 1959. Pan-American, of or pertaining to all the countries of North, South, and Central America. Free trade, international trade left to its natural course without tariffs, quotas, or other restrictions. Inflation, a general increase in prices and fall in the purchasing value of money. Oasis, a fertile place in a desert where there is water and vegetation. Guerrilla warfare, a hit-and-run technique used in fighting a war, fighting by small bands of warriors using tactics such as sudden ambushes. Propaganda, ideas spread to influence public opinion for or against a cause. Command economy, an economic system in which the government controls a country's economy. Free market economy, capitalism, private ownership, law of supply and demand. Ethnic cleansing, the mass expulsion or killing of members of an unwanted ethnic or religious group in a society. European Union, an international organization of European countries formed after World War II to reduce trade barriers and increase cooperation among its members. Brexit, the British exit from the European Union.